Before you refuel your diesel engine, there's one simple mistake that could be quietly costing you thousands, and most drivers don't even realize they're doing it. Refueling feels routine. You pull up, grab the nozzle, fill the tank, and drive off. But what most diesel owners don't understand is that small habits before and after refueling can slowly destroy your fuel system. We're talking damaged injectors, worn-out pumps, and repair bills that can easily reach thousands of dollars. In this video, you'll learn exactly what never to do before refueling your diesel and what to do instead to protect your engine. And make sure you watch till the end, because one of these mistakes can contaminate your entire fuel system in seconds. Let's start with the most dangerous mistake of all: grabbing the wrong fuel pump. It sounds obvious, but it happens more often than you think. One moment of distraction, and you could end up putting gasoline into a diesel engine. And if that happens, the damage starts almost immediately. Diesel engines rely on the fuel itself to provide lubrication. Unlike gasoline, diesel has natural lubricating properties that protect critical components inside your fuel system. Modern diesel engines run at extremely high pressures, and every part inside depends on that lubrication to survive. Gasoline, on the other hand, has almost no lubrication at all. So when gasoline enters a diesel system, it strips away that protection. Metal components begin grinding against each other, causing rapid wear. Injectors can get scored, and the high-pressure fuel pump can fail completely. And here's the part most people don't realize. Even a small amount of gasoline can cause serious damage. If you ever accidentally put gasoline into your diesel tank, do not start the engine. Starting it will circulate that contaminated fuel through the entire system, turning a small mistake into a massive repair. Instead, stop immediately and have the tank drained. That one decision could be the difference between a minor fix and a full fuel system replacement. So before you even touch the nozzle, take a second and double-check. That simple habit can save you thousands. Now let's move to the second mistake, one that almost every diesel owner ignores. Not cleaning around the fuel cap. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but that small area around your fuel cap collects a surprising amount of dirt, dust, and road grime over time. And the moment you open that cap, all of that debris has a direct path straight into your fuel tank. Here's why that's a serious problem. Modern diesel engines are extremely sensitive to contamination. The components inside your fuel system operate under very high pressure and tight tolerances. Even tiny particles, too small to see clearly, can cause damage over time. Once dirt enters your tank, it doesn't just stay there. It moves through your fuel system, reaching your filter and eventually your injectors. And when injectors get clogged or damaged, performance drops, fuel economy suffers, and repair costs rise quickly. The fix is simple and takes less than 10 seconds. Before opening your fuel cap, quickly wipe the area with a cloth or tissue. That small habit can prevent contaminants from ever entering your system in the first place. Now let's talk about another costly mistake: running your tank too low before refueling. A lot of drivers wait until the fuel warning light comes on before they stop for diesel. It might seem harmless, but over time, this habit can put unnecessary stress on your fuel system. Here's what's really happening. Your fuel tank naturally collects small amounts of sediment and moisture over time. While your system is designed to handle this, constantly running on very low fuel increases the risk of pulling in unwanted air and putting extra strain on your fuel pump. And there's something else many people don't know. Diesel fuel actually helps cool your fuel pump. When fuel levels are too low, that cooling effect is reduced, which can lead to overheating and premature wear. On top of that, low fuel levels increase the chance of air entering the system, and air in a diesel system can cause rough running, power loss, and difficult startups. The better approach is simple. Refuel when your tank reaches around 1/4 full. That keeps your system stable, your pump properly cooled, and your engine running smoothly. Now let's talk about what happens after you refuel, because this is where another expensive mistake shows up. Overfilling your tank. You've probably seen it or done it yourself. The pump clicks off, but instead of stopping, you try to squeeze in a little more fuel, maybe to round off the number or get a few extra miles. But that habit can actually damage your vehicle. Modern diesel vehicles are equipped with systems designed to manage fuel vapors. These systems are built to handle vapor, not liquid fuel. When you overfill the tank, excess fuel can enter areas where it doesn't belong. This can lead to damaged components, warning lights on your dashboard, and unnecessary repair costs. There's also another risk. Fuel can spill onto your vehicle's paint. Diesel acts like a solvent, and over time, it can damage the clear coat and finish if it's not cleaned immediately. So when the pump clicks off, that's your signal. Stop right there. Your tank is full. Now here's another mistake that seems small, but can lead to bigger problems. Not tightening the fuel cap properly. After refueling, most people just close the cap and move on. But if that cap isn't sealed correctly, it can allow air and moisture to enter your fuel tank. And moisture is a serious issue for diesel systems. When water gets into diesel fuel, it creates the perfect environment for contamination and buildup. Over time, this can clog filters and reduce engine performance. A loose cap can also trigger warning lights and allow fuel vapors to escape, which means you're literally losing fuel. The correct way is simple. Tighten the cap until you hear multiple clicks. That clicking sound means the cap is properly sealed and doing its job. And if your cap doesn't click or feels loose, it's time to replace it. These small habits might seem insignificant, but they play a big role in protecting your diesel engine from long-term damage. And the next mistake is something most drivers do immediately after leaving the pump, without even thinking about it. The next mistake happens right after you leave the pump, and most drivers do it without thinking. Driving aggressively immediately after refueling. You fill up, jump back in, and hit the road hard. But what many people don't realize is that right after refueling, your fuel system may not be fully stabilized yet. Fresh fuel entering the tank can introduce small air pockets, especially if the tank was very low or the fuel was pumped quickly. These tiny air bubbles can briefly affect fuel delivery. Now, modern diesel systems are designed to handle this, but if you immediately accelerate hard or push the engine, you're putting unnecessary stress on the system before everything has settled. That can lead to rough performance, hesitation, or in rare cases, stalling. The better approach is simple. After refueling, start the engine and let it idle for a few seconds. Give the system a moment to stabilize. Then drive normally for the first few minutes before pushing the engine harder. It's a small habit, but it helps your system operate smoothly. Now here's one of the most overlooked mistakes, and it can cost you the most over time. Ignoring fuel quality. Not all diesel fuel is the same. Choosing the cheapest option every time might save you a little at the pump, but it can cost you much more in the long run. Low-quality fuel can contain higher levels of contamination or moisture. Over time, this leads to buildup inside your system, clogged filters, and reduced performance. There's also the risk of poor lubrication, which increases wear on critical components. The smarter move is to stick with reliable, high-traffic fuel stations. Stations with high turnover usually have fresher fuel and lower chances of contamination. And finally, don't ignore basic fuel system maintenance. Replace your fuel filter on schedule. Use quality fuel when possible, and if you want extra protection, occasional use of a proper additive can help maintain system performance. So here's the bottom line. Before refueling, double-check the pump, keep the area clean, and don't run your tank too low. After refueling, don't overfill, seal the cap properly, and avoid aggressive driving right away. These simple habits can save you thousands and keep your diesel engine running strong for years.